Hello, my dear friends. Today I'm talking about misconception about triplicity. It's the part 3 of a video about triplicity. Triplicity rulers always dominate the chart. This is the misconception. Many beginners assume that a triplicity ruler automatically dominates a chart just because it rules the element. But in reality, strength depends on dignity, sect, aspects, and house placement. A planet ruling its triplicity, but poorly placed or afflicted, may struggle to express its energy. A planet without triplicity may shine brightly due to rulership, exaltation, or strong aspects. That's why always assess triplicity rulers in context. Look for dignity, placement, and relationships with other planets before declaring dominance. The second misconception is about day and night rulers are interchangeable. Sect changes which ruler is active, and interpreting the wrong ruler can lead to inaccurate readings. For example, a night chart fire sign active ruler is different from a day chart fire sign. Misreading this can distort life phase interpretation and timing predictions. That's why it's important to determine the chart sect first, then identify the active triplicity ruler before making conclusion. But again, very important, you cannot know exactly which sect is your natal chart if you don't know exactly the rising sign. If you don't know, you cannot analyze all this stuff. The third misconception is about participating ruler is minor and unimportant. The participating ruler often gets overlooked, but it anchors the element and adds stability. Ignoring it can lead to incomplete or misleading interpretations, especially in long-term life phase analysis. For example, in later life, the participating ruler's influence often balances early impulsiveness or middle life intensity. Overlooking it is like leaving out the bass line in a song. You lose harmony in interpretation. That's why include the participating ruler in life phase, timing and character assessments for a more complete picture. The fourth misconception is about triplicity dignity equals guaranteed success. Actually, this is an illusion. A planet with triplicity dignity is strong, true, but is not a free path to effortless outcome. Strength means natural aptitude, not immunity from challenges. Afflictions, weak aspects, or contradictory life circumstances can still impede expression. A strong triplicity ruler shows where energy flows naturally, but conscious effort may still be required. So use triplicity dignity as a guide, not a guarantee. Nothing is guaranteed in this life. Combine it with other dignities, aspects, and house placements for accuracy. How many people in your life used to have great potential looking in their natal chart, but the result of their life is a mess? So, if we are not act in a conscious way to grow, to develop our life, nothing can be achieved. The fifth misconception is about triplicity rulers only matter for elemental expression. While triplicity rulers reflect elemental energy, they also influence life phases, timing, and personal development. Limiting their use to mere elemental analysis ignores their predictive and practical power. Because in the early life, it's about day ruler and it's about initiation, natural tendencies. In the midlife, night ruler, it's about growth, challenges, and refinement. And the later life, participating ruler, it's about mastery, stability, and integration. This is the ideal situation because not all the people in the later life are masters in something. They are maybe not stable and they haven't succeeded to integrate everything in their life. So consider triplicity rulers as dynamic tools, not just static symbols of fire, earth, air, or water. Also, ignoring minor dignities. Terms and phases add nuance. Overlooking them can flatten interpretation. But in the same time, when we tend to exaggerate, to use a lot of stuff for interpretation, actually maybe we lose the red line of the essence of interpretation. So it's like you don't see the forest because of the trees. You are losing in too many details. So find the balance. Misreading aspects. Even a strong triplicity ruler can be hampered by squares, oppositions, or afflictions of any kind. Overemphasizing element alone. Elemental energy is important, but life expression also depends of house placement, planetary condition, and chart sect. So, look in your natural chart and try to see the forest. I mean, to find a balance in interpretation, also using triplicity rulers. But only if you know your rising sign. Otherwise, you cannot analyze this part of triplicity because you have no idea if it's a day chart or night chart. Okay, so I'm waiting your comments and questions down below, and tell me, write to me below what are the things you want to talk about when it's in this topic of triplicity. Until next time, I wish you all the best. Bye bye.